Hey y'all, welcome back to my channel. It's me, Magical Shante 888. I just wanted to pop on and do a full moon reading. The full moon is going to be in the sign of Virgo. I have a lot of Virgo placements. Virgos tend to be rather practical. They enjoy planning and executing those plans. So perhaps in this full moon, things that you have had planned may be coming into fruition, since the full moon does, it's like a end of a cycle, and it brings things full circle. It sometimes could not be so positive. Before I get into that though, I don't know if I did my intro. I'm Magical Shante 888. Thank you for joining me. If this is your first time, welcome. If this is not your first time, thank you for joining me again. Make sure that you like, share, comment, and subscribe, and hit the notification bell so that way you know whenever I upload content. I have not been so consistent because I've been, doing some things, and I tentatively feel like if I'm not in a super great place mentally, that I don't like to dabble in tarot, because it is just not good. So I'm in a pretty good mood today, and the last time I did a reading, I was in a pretty good mood too. So I just want to have that boundary with myself. Like, now I'll read cards for myself, but as far as like collective reading or for other people, I like to make sure that my energy is as grounded as possible. And I would say that I've been pretty grounded within the last few days. And so, yeah, I want to get into this. But as I was explaining about Virgos, um, they tend to be very practical because they are earth signs, um, typically pretty logical, um, but they like things to be a certain way and a particular way. And I have found that as I'm realizing my Virgo placements, that that is true. I like things to look a certain way when it comes to my appearance, when it comes to how my children look, and most of the time how my home looks. Um, I'm not the most, like, I won't say, I'm not the neatest person. So like I do my best to keep things tidied, but my therapist explained to me that with that, I have children. And so every single thing is not always going to be perfect. And sometimes that drives me crazy because I will spend all day cleaning up. The kids will come home and it don't look like I did anything. So, and it just also goes along with the fact of, even though Virgos enjoy planning things, um, I myself, with my Virgo placements, sometimes tend to be a little bit more rigid, and I don't like things to not go as I planned them. So we're being asked to, the plans that you set on the new moon or in past new moons or whenever you set those plans, to allow them to come into fruition, however that is. And sometimes, because the full moon, it does bring out the crazies. It does bring out some chaotic energy sometimes, which is necessary in order for us to um, get what it is that we need to get. And sometimes, especially if you are a Virgo or you have Virgo placements, it is hard to see the bigger picture when things appear to be falling apart. And I know this to be actual and factual because I have experienced it over numerous times within the last few months. And I have had to bring myself back, to center and to be grounded and to be whole and to have gratitude that I was even having those feelings instead of beating myself up for having those feelings. That's another thing that I learned in therapy, is that false positivity, it does not work. Um, and to tap into that, just before I did this video, I had this filter on my phone. I'm filming on my old iPhone 8, and I got this filter put on my phone like when I got the phone, like what, 2 years ago now? Damn near 3 years ago, I think. Oh, sorry. And So I was saying that to say that we have to remove the filters with things. And removing the filters means, sometimes getting down to the nitty gritty, tapping into that Virgo energy, but also understanding the ebb and flow of life. And sometimes you can plan and plan and plan for things, and it just does not work out in the way that you thought that it was going to work out, but also have trust in yourself and in the divine to have your back and understand that everything that you're experiencing is for your higher purpose. Easier said than done, because I can tell you this, and I have bitch fits all the time whenever shit is not working the way that I feel like it should have worked. Especially if I put my energy into manifesting something and it doesn't come out the way that I felt like it should come out. Especially if I did visualization and all of that stuff and it doesn't look like it. I'm just like, what the fuck is this, a Picasso? And y'all know how Picassos look, like all distorted and shit, but still there's beauty in it. And so we're needing to look at things without the filtered lens that we have been looking at. It's easy to look at life with a filter because of the way that we are programmed. It's programming at this point. No matter how much we think that we're not a part of this matrix or we're trying to escape the matrix, we are all still here. And the only thing that we can really do is to take the tools that we have: hoodoo, voodoo, santeria, ATRs, whatever it is that you practice, and or if it's just spirituality, just practicing mindfulness in order to stay grounded, in order to catapult us into where it is that we're wanting to go. I hope that that makes sense. I was just kind of talking, but like I feel like I just had to say all that. So I'm going to get into the tarot to see what the full moon has for us. I will likely get into my personal oracle deck and then the get into the my other oracles. So I have what, four sets of oracles. Um, but even before I do that, I want to read from my Find Your Mantra book. I did a video. This was one of my first videos that I did on YouTube. And oh, sorry. I did a video about self-help books, and this book has been so helpful. I've written in it and everything, but I'm going to just flip to a page randomly and see what pops up and see if it resonates, and we'll go forward. All right, so we have Bloom Where You Were Planted. This is one of my favorite ones. So, every experience in life prepares you for the next one. You can't always choose where your roots are set, but you can choose to make the best of every situation. You can control your thoughts, actions, and attitude. While you might not be exactly where you want to be at this point in your journey, you will get there if you use this opportunity to learn and grow. The mantra action says, always strive to be your best self. Stay positive, practice gratitude, and bloom where you are planted. The mantra benefit, it says, you have roots and wings, but the latter takes time to grow. Be patient, have fun, and treat yourself and your environment with love and kindness. How you do one thing is how you do everything. Stick to your values, work hard, and show up with grace. And that's on period. That fits everything that I just said, basically. Even down to the part of like removing the filters, because you cannot bloom if there's a filter. Let's say you're planting something. If there's plastic on the ground, you're not going to be able to plant those seeds the way that you need to plant them. So removing those filters is anything that you can think of. If it's removing people who don't have your best interest, if it's leaving a job that does not serve your highest good, if it's, and with Virgos, we tend to be very, very calculated. And I just say we, I'll include myself in that because I do have a few Virgo placements, and it does really, it shows up a lot. Like as I'm tapping into it, it shows up a little bit more than my Leo. I'm still a Leo. I mean, the hair, everything. My appearance is Leo, but just give yourself grace, remove those filters. It takes time to remove filters because it takes trial and error to understand what it is that we possibly missed or what we did wrong, to recalibrate, whatever. Although it's not a retrograde per se, but I'm getting kind of retrograde vibes with this reading so far, for us to revisit things. And with revisiting, it allows you to understand I'm here, I'm in the present, and I'm choosing to bloom where I'm planted instead of feeling like, oh my gosh, my limbs have to reach, if whether you're a tree, a rose, a lotus, whatever, instead of feeling like you have to reach into other places to get things to fill you up. Stay where you are, be present, and accept what it is for now and get through it. And again, I'm always going to say and preach easier said than done, because as I've said, I have experienced a numerous amount of things over the last few months that have not been completely favorable when they happened, but they ended up in my favor. And it was because I chose to surrender. I chose to surrender. I surrendered probably, I was forced. Honestly, I was forced. But I surrendered probably November of 2021. And I just didn't have a choice. And it has really put me in a place of really appreciating the feminine part of myself, because the masculine part of me wants to get up and go, go, go. But the feminine part of me has been able to nurture more, has been able to be there for my children, has been able to show up and do things and take care of things in the way that I need to, for the most part. I do still feel like things are kind of rolling slow, but I feel like they're going. Like I have things on my checklist that I have been able to check off. Yeah, and I feel like things are coming full circle. It's taking a while, but it's getting there. Earlier I was doing I did a yoni steam, which was amazing. I feel so rejuvenated. I need to do that while I'm not working, like at least once a week, twice a week. And I did a meditation, yoni meditation. I did like two of them, and a money meditation, of course. But to get in that creative energy and to just thank myself for existing, and to thank my organs for working properly, and for just being there, and for me just being here. We forget that. We forget that. And I am the first to say, I forget it all the time. I forget to show up for myself because I have so many other things to do, to take care of other people. And I forget to show up for myself. And so the yoni steam was definitely a way for me to show up for myself. Me going to therapy is a way of me showing up for myself. Me even doing readings is therapeutic, because every now and again I'll go back and I'll watch my videos and I will think about what it was that the situation was at that time. What was I picking up on? Sometimes I can get messages on messages from whenever I'm reading or listening to my own videos. But I just have so much gratitude for existing. I have gratitude for the friends that I have. I have gratitude for my family. I have gratitude for my place of residence. I have gratitude for my car. I have gratitude for my health, the breath in my lungs. I have gratitude for everything. And it's not always easy to see that. And knowing when to give yourself grace whenever you don't feel grateful for the things that you have, because you do want more. That's fine. Everything is about a balance. And I was talking about that with my therapist, I think last week, when I had a situation and I was explaining to her how I was just starting to feel like irritated and just like not grateful for what it was that I have. And she literally just told me, like, that's okay. And I was just like, is it? Like, every time she tells me stuff, it's like my higher self knows, but like to hear somebody tell you that, it's like a sigh of relief. It's like, whew, okay, good. Like, it's good to know that somebody else, understands that, and it's valid that I feel that way. You know what I mean? So, let's go ahead and get these cards out and see, because I could ramble and ramble. Let's see. Spirit, thank you, Divine, for the messages. Please let us know what we need to know for this wonderful Virgo full moon. Allow us to be proactive, yet ebb and flow, because it is about your divine will. We are in alignment with what it is that you want us to know, to do, to be, to feel. And we also have the free will to choose. All right, so we have Justice. That's the first card, 11. And Judgment. Okay. So let's see what else comes out. You could be dealing with a Libra since it's Justice. Okay. I just heard it's all gonna work out. Knight of Swords, well, not without a fight. Not without a fight. There's been a lot of this combative energy like in the air, and likely it's because of what's going on in the world, Craig. But there's been a lot of combative energy. I do have the Hanged Man. I just heard Sleep on It. Y'all want me to sing the song? There's a Danity Kane song that goes, sleep on it, sleep on it, and I get back at you when I wanna. Oh my gosh. So the Hanged Man energy, I'm feeling like, okay, there's a situation that will work out, but not without a fight. And the Hanged Man representing needing to kind of sleep on a decision. It could also represent some sort of stagnation, things just moving at the pace that they want to move. But it's all divine timing is what I just heard. Okay, and then we have the Nine of Swords. So this Hanged Man feeling leads the collective feeling like there's no hope, but there really is. Because I saw a glimpse of the Ace of Cups, and the Ace of Cups is one of the best cards in the deck to me. I love to see the Ace of Cups because it means that new things are coming. And Four of Swords, yes. So whatever it is that you're wanting to do, whatever it is that you're trying to work on, judgment has already been called on it. Spirit has already said yes, but the timing of it, and there could be outside forces. Like, I don't like to pick up on energy where it comes to like, oh, somebody's putting work on you, somebody's throwing roots on you. Like, it could be any of that, or it could just be your own energy that is projecting back to you very, very loudly as a mirror, and you're not realizing it. The procrastination, the stagnation could really just be you. Just needing to get up and get more grounded. The Four of Swords, I have recently come to the conclusion that it represents feminine energy. I was just talking about how I felt stuck, and I was struggling with my feminine energy because of the fact that I felt like I was not able to be more in my masculine, like being more active and things of that nature. But Spirit has told me, like, sis, it's okay. Like, just sit down. Everything is going to be taken care of. That justice and that judgment, like, it's all going to be taken care of. Trust me. But definitely not without that fight. That Knight of Swords to me really, really represents a fight, you know, inner conflict is what I'm hearing. Definitely with that Hangman spirit and that Nine of Swords, it ultimately makes you feel like, man. And the Nine of Swords, to me, I'm kind of feeling like you could be speaking to yourself very, very harshly. I do this from time to time, and it's just not cool. It's that perfectionism part of me that wants things to look a certain way, have a certain aesthetic, and when it doesn't, it bothers me. And so I'm I might not go off on a particular person, but I go off on myself, and I'm just like, well, why would you do this? Why didn't you think this? Why didn't you, and instead of just really taking the time to sit back and understand what the situation really is, to let the situation play out, because there is justice and judgment in our favor. And that's big facts. Like, it is what it is. So there are things that are coming in, and at the time of you knowing that these things are going to be happening, other things around you may be happening to possibly distract you from being able to go within to really think about what it is that you need to think about. And because of that, it leaves you in this Nine of Swords when you really just need to be able to chill out and just rest and sleep on it. Yeah. Five of Staffs, definitely. Combative energy. People just, either people outside of you, or it's just inner conflict. Neither is better than the other. I almost feel like the inner conflict is worse because it's you against you. It's not you against other people. Like, you against other people, you might be able to defend yourself a little bit better externally. But internally, that's hard. Okay, and then we have the Three of Coins, and it wanted to fall on justice and judgment. So some sort of business decision and or a new job or something of that nature, that you are working towards, is coming, but there is energy outside of it, that is being manipulated. I just heard mutilated. And we have the Seven of Swords. Lots of swords. So words being spoken, truths being spoken, and or being held in with that Nine of Swords. And the Seven of Swords, I'm seeing he's gathering his things and he's going. It's almost like he's, in this card, he's spoken his piece and he's just like, okay, so I'm just going to go ahead and gather my things and I'm going to head out. Yet and still feeling bound, even though they're on the move. I'm hearing Mary, Mary. I'm walking, I'm walking, I'm walking, I'm walking, I'm walking, I'm walking. So definitely walking into something, but waiting for some sort of judgment to come through, whether it's a job. I mean, hey, whatever it is, but there is conflicting things going on, whether it's emotions or outside situations or whatever, trying to come and interfere. Spirit, please clarify the Nine of Swords. Okay, yes, it's definite internal things with that Nine of Swords. Nine of Swords clarified by the Devil. Absolutely. It's internal. It's internal demons that need to be casted out, that need to be loved on. And these could be externally as well. These could be people that just ain't really got no motherfucking soul. And, you're in a sunken place because you've allowed them to put you there. And you're trying to figure out how the fuck to get out. And you have the opportunity. You have the ways. You've been thinking about it. Yes. By speaking your fucking truth. With that, that's covering the Four of Swords. You rest, you rejuvenate, you think about it, and then you say, fuck it. I'm just about to say what I need to say. I'm just going to say what I need to say. And, whoever can feel whatever fucking way, but I don't give a fuck. Period. I don't give a fuck. I don't care. Of course, others may feel this way, but that's just what it is. So it's really, really, there's blue in here, a lot of blue, some green. In the Three of Coins, it very well could have to do with money, but in the Five of Staffs, it could very well be just that internal conflict that is really tearing at your heart. Um, okay, it could be a relationship. Because I'm hearing Backstreet Boys. It's tearing at my heart when I'm with you. And when we are apart, I feel it too. And no matter what I do, I feel the pain with or without you. Yeah. But you know what to do though. Sit down in your thinking chair and think. Blues Clues. My son has been overloading me with Blues Clues lately. Anywho, so yeah, that's that. I'm going to close out the tarot and I'm gonna pull up my oracle deck and then my personal oracle deck. Give me 1 second. Let me go grab my other phone. Okay, I'm back. So, was it this one? Sorry if you hear all that commotion. Um, I've been using this because I don't have my little microphone for on here. I don't have the little, something happened, so I gotta figure that out. But let's get into the real with the real, because the African goddesses don't ever lie. They be coming for my ass every time. They really be coming with the real. All right, so African goddesses, what do we need to know about this full moon in Virgo? What do we need to know about this full moon in Virgo? Thank you, divine goddesses. Oh, okay. So, we have Yamaya, awakening. So, something will come to your attention. You know, we had the Five of Wands, which is that combative energy. Something may come up, and it may be a betrayal, which may have you in that Hanged Man energy and that Nine of Swords energy to make you feel and to think. All in all, it appears that you come out to be brazen. If you don't know what brazen means, it means to just be living in your authentic fucking truth and not giving a fuck. But it is going to require some soul forgiveness in order for you to truly live in this brazenness. Releasing the betrayal, releasing the things that no longer serve you, releasing those people, places, things, situations, friendships, situationships, entanglements, all that bullshit. Easier said than done. But it's requiring you to release it because there's an awakening that is coming, like, or you are awakening now, and those things cannot stay. They cannot stay. Everything must go. Everything must go, including you. Not you, literally, but worthiness. I got this earlier whenever I pulled cards for myself. And masks, I keep on seeing a glimpse of this. So, let me see. Rage. Okay. Okay. So there is an awakening to a particular situation that might not be so favorable. That might have to do with some sort of third party contract, a third party in general, relationship wise, that results in a betrayal, which leads to rage. But then you're having to tap in and give yourself that soul forgiveness. Tap into the angels. They are very, very forgiving, and they can give you that energy. Um, but you definitely have to start with yourself. And if you don't know how to do it yourself initially, definitely reach out to the angels and they will guide you on how to do it yourself. The angels are guides. They're not going to do all the work for you. Absolutely. As I'm saying, guides and angels, celestial alignment. Absolutely. Um, they're not going to do the work for you. They will give you the tools and the opportunities to do the work for yourself, because ultimately they don't want to have to be there with you 24/7. They don't mind, because we're all children, in adult bodies, and we have things that we have to work through, that soul forgiveness, so that way we can show up as brazen, not giving a fuck. Because we're learning and understanding that we are worthy of everything that we fucking desire. I have to constantly tell myself this, because I do have some of this rage from betrayal, and I'm working on forgiving myself for allowing those things to happen, and for some of the things that I didn't have control that happened. You know what I mean? Um, Easier said than done. Easier said than done, but it's something that has to be done. In order to ascend, in order to get where it is that we want to get to, that tangible abundance financially, that monetary richness, it takes to be able to like unlearn these patterns and break these chains and all that shit. Because if not, you're basically going in with a new headspace, but giving yourself the same shit that broke you in the first place. And it doesn't work that way. It doesn't. Like, there's got to be a major release. And as I'm saying that, I'm just like, fuck. Like, and the full moon, what a better time than to release some shit, right? So this could, even though it's full moon based, it could happen before, it could happen after, it could happen during Virgo's season. I don't know. I'm just doing the reading. So don't take everything as actual and factual. If it resonates, allow it to resonate. If it does not, then leave it for somebody else. It might not be your story. It might not be your journey. It's okay. I'm not here to be right. I have no desire to force anybody to see anything my way. I don't care. We have enough of that. We live in this society that already does that to us. So I'm not here to do that. And I advise you to have your own ideas and discernment, as I always say. All right. Inner temple. Absolutely. We were just talking about shame, soul forgiveness, rage, all those things. Tap into your inner temple. Devotion. Tune into the portal of your heart. I did say that there was some heart energy there, especially with that. I think it was 5 of Wands. That combative energy, it can fuck with your heart, because these are people, or this is a situation that occurred obviously with people that you care about, that you love, friends, family, whatever, and it hurts your heart. So you need to tap in, so that way you know what it is that you need in order to get past that betrayal. Ooh. The Great Gathering. It's all coming together. Intuitive hits. Soul Tribe. I was just saying how you need to tap into the angels. Although they may not be in 3D form, you may not be able to see them per se. But you can definitely tap into that energy for sure. And we have Council of Light, divine orchestration, helpers in subtle realms. They know we're talking about them. They know. You can't really see. But as I said, you might not be able to see them in the 3D, but they're there. They're always there. I know mine are always there. And some of us have so many that we don't even know their names. We don't know how to describe them, nothing. But we just know that they're there. And they've always been there, and they'll always be there. All right, so that's that. I'm going to close out with my personal oracle deck, and then we're going to finish up here. I hope everybody is doing well. I hope you are drinking water, minding your business, manifesting your dreams, getting things together. I know that I am, and it's a challenge most of the time, but I get her done because I ain't got no choice. Spirit already told me, like, look here, we not finna play with you no more. You got shit to do. All right, spirits, what do we need to know to close this reading out for the full moon? So overall, we discussed about blooming where we are planted, taking the filters off, and I'll show my example. Taking the filters off. You see how dirty this is? It's clear. But I was looking at my camera and I was like, why can I not see this? Like, why doesn't it look the same as my other phone? Like, it just was not looking good, and it looked all blotchy and just nasty, and I don't know. I just didn't like the way that it looked. And so I took the filter off and I can see clear. I can see clearly now. The rain is gone. All right. We have closed for spiritual maintenance. Take a break. That Four of Swords. So whatever it is that you might be trying to go up against or trying to fight, just take a break. Spirit already got you. We already seen it. We seen it. You have guides around you. They are there and ready to assist. Okay, and we have stay on your path and trust your journey. Staying on your path and trusting your journey is also speaking your truth. I may bend, but I will not break. I choose peace over panic and truth over illusions. You know, the full moon illuminates all that shit. But I just said speaking your truth. It doesn't matter if your voice quivers, if you yell, if you cry it, you're speaking your fucking truth. Don't let anybody tell you that your truth is not your truth. Don't let these motherfuckers gaslight you, because we live in this society, mainly patriarchal, but the women be partaking too. And it's very, very gaslighty, and it's ghetto, and it's old, and I'm over it. Like, I'm going to speak my fucking truth, and I don't give a fuck. Speak your truth. Speak your truth. That's it. Whatever your truth is, speak it. Don't be afraid. And I'm learning to just not even be afraid and not give a fuck anymore. People are going to talk shit anyways. We have entanglement much. And that's under close for spiritual maintenance. Take a break. So maybe if there's a situation, we did have that Five of Wands, combative energy. Take a break from that entanglement. Just let it go, sis. Because I'm happy. Absolutely. When you stay on your path and you trust your journey, you find the light. You find happiness. I am the star in any room that I stand in. You know, that's my favorite. Like, that's Nikki. And we have yes. I choose peace over panic and truth over illusions. And yes is under that. And we have evil eye protection. Period. I love how clear that showed up. I didn't even have to try to focus it. Okay, let's see. Let's clarify a little bit more. What time is it? Optimal health. Virgos, from what I was listening to, they do have to do with like health and changing regimens and things of that nature. I can attest to that because I've definitely been doing my research on different vitamins and supplements and things of that nature, and just trying to get in shape. And you know, I'm trying to be fine, you know. We got laughter is the best medicine. Okay. So laughter can help your health for sure. We know that. But if you don't laugh, you definitely need to laugh and laugh at yourself. A couple weeks ago, I was leaving the workforce and I had on these heels and like, I don't know. I think I had other stuff to do. I had a parent teacher conference after that. So I was like, let me just, put on my heels and look professional. Tell me why I was walking. I don't know if it was because somebody was giving me ojo or what. But I felt my ankle buckle and all I know is I hit the goddamn ground and I was just like, I fell in the middle of the street. All I could do was fucking laugh. I got up, I hurried up and got in the car and I just busted out laughing because it was hilarious. Laugh at yourself. Like, I didn't really get hurt or anything, but I was just like, what the hell? It was funny to me. It was funny. It was hilarious. I drove off cracking up. We have tap, transform, consider womb, purify soil with zeolite. Yoni steam time. I did that today, but that's also root chakra, standing in your power, right? And I'm going to pull 2 more cards and then we're going to close this up. Make sure again that you like, share, comment, and subscribe. Tap the notification bell so that way you know whenever I do a new video. And we have winter. It's almost about to be spring. So whatever the situation is occurring, it may happen this winter. As we literally only have a few days until the spring equinox, which I am super excited about. I'm so excited to have warmer weather, even though that doesn't always mean that it's going to be warm because, Texas weather, it be bipolar as fuck sometimes. All right, and we have for the last card, probably thinking I'm a telekinetic. Oh, you a fan of the magic? That's a Doja Cat lyric. And fire. So spirit is going to put some fire under our asses to get moving with whatever it is that we need to let go of. You know that they always do. So don't be alarmed if things seem haywire for a little bit because they just might be. And that's just the way that it goes. Just learn to ebb and flow and, just use what you got to get what you want. Anyways. Again, like, share, comment, subscribe. I am Magical Shantae 888. I hope that you enjoyed this video. I hope that it resonated. If it did, please leave a comment. I am trying to grow my subscribers, so share, like, comment, all of that, okay? And yeah, I'll check y'all in the next one.